What's up, everybody? It is George and Chris and James back again. Warp Charge Gaming live on Thursday night, 9 o'clock, episode 26.
26, ladies and gentlemen.
Feels like a lot more, honestly, but maybe it's maybe it's because we haven't done the live shows as much as everything else we've done.
To be fair, I have not done them as much as you. Like for last week, I've been having chain power outages all week because of line repairs.
Yeah, I was happy we made it through that storm with the stream that we were able to. It was coming down. It was coming down.
Yeah, man.
Well, hello everyone. Let's hopefully some friends join us on the YouTubes and jump into the conversation.
We have already 4 viewing.
Oh my goodness. I feel the love, dude. Yeah, it's like it's kind of fun to go live on YouTube now that it's not the only platform that we go live on. We've been doing a ton of live on Twitch with our live battle reports.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's been nice. I definitely miss a little bit of the participation we were able to receive on YouTube with our lovely people that tune in and check us out, but we're trying to build that audience and get some more folks on that platform as well. I think it's an important platform.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, deserves some love. But yeah, it's building. We're working on it, and we've been doing our live 40k, Shadespire kill team. Not much Shadespire, but I just recently got some games in the other day with Connor because we're preparing for the tournament this weekend. Which I'll throw up the old thumbnail now. We got a Shadespire tournament at our favorite gaming store, Battlegrounds, here in Richmond, Midlothian, Virginia. And looking forward to it. We're going to be utilizing the new night haunt rules. And that's what I was going up against. I pulled up onto the screen here. You can see the Eye of Nine, or the Tzeentch, and the Zarbags, Gits, the goblins and ghouls. I guess they're like Gretchen goblin. They're very orky, but I guess they're goblins. Do you know how goblins fit into the orc lore, Chris? I do not.
I'm not entirely sure.
Just the Age of Sigmar thing, not a 40k thing? I've never seen goblins in 40k.
So goblins are definitely much more prominent in fantasy. They're kind of like the what are the little, like they're more akin to the Gretchen almost in 40k.
For sure.
You know, they're the thinkers of the orc race. If you will. And yeah, I mean, they're cool.
Yeah. I see we got Kat. Kat, you're an expert on all things Age of Sigmar.
Kat would know better than I, for sure.
We're trying to understand the hey, Ice Wolf's in here. What's up, man? We got the Wanderer 012. I'm not familiar with the Wanderer. Good to have you. Yeah, North Texas. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we're trying to figure out the old how the goblins fit into play. I got to try the night haunt rules for the first time. The Zarbags, whatever it is, Gits. These guys are pretty crazy. They have a mechanic called Scurry, and whenever a model moves adjacent to another one with a Scurry ability, then it can take a free movement, basically. It can follow along. And what's cool is that the way it works, and I've kind of had to do some research on this too, because it's such a kind of a new element that I had to like look deeply into what constitutes a move. Because when you charge in Shadespire, or should I say Warhammer Underworld's Night Haunt or Night Volt, whenever you charge, it counts as a move followed by an attack. So with their Scurry ability, you can do a charge, which is first a move, utilize the Scurry reaction, which allows the other goblins to follow with them, and basically then you fight. So you can kind of bring support with you to the fight, which is pretty neat.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then they got an interesting glory or a inspire mechanic. Like all the goblins inspire once you achieve 3 glory, while the squigs are pretty powerful, or fairly potent in combat. But they inspire when their like their herder, their like squig herder dies. So when you kill the squig herder, they become inspired. So people play often to sacrifice the squig herder as quickly as possible to inspire the squigs and make them stronger. Mm-hmm. And even though they're like little guys, they actually have like 2 and sometimes even 3 defense dice.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like the Skaven. They get mad defense dice. So they can be kind of a tough nut to crack. And then, of course, they have the spell abilities. So we were utilizing the spells and trying those out. Nothing too crazy. There's basically 3 different ways to cast spells in the new Night Volt, and that's either via an ability that's on the card itself, like the champion's card, or they have instead of like weapon profiles, they'll have spell attack profiles. And then otherwise, they have spells that are like ploys. And instead of ploys now, they're called like gambits. And it's the same difference. Just like half your deck has to be ploys, or can be no more than ploys, the spells go towards that total. So that's roughly about it. There's also this really interesting new scatter mechanic where you have this token that on all 6 quarters of the hexagon that you're using, it has a different dice symbol. And so you'll roll X amount of attack dice. Like, let's say it's scatter 4, right?
I have a question. Hold on, those.
Yeah,
so are you telling me that Games Workshop has found a way to sell us a new type of scatter dice?
It's not a dice, it's a template, but yes.
You monsters.
Yeah, it's essentially similar. It's kind of like doing like rolling multiple scatter dice to determine your directions on the hexes. So like you'll have this hexagonal image that has a dice represented for each of the 6 sides. You'll roll, like, let's say 4 scatter dice or 4 attack dice, and based on the images that appear on the dice, you can create a chain of how you're going to move based on the scatter. So it's kind of strange. I should have a template pulled up to show you better. Kat just sent me a sweet model that I'll need to pull up too whenever I get my hands a little bit more free. I'll have to show that off a little bit. Aptifine Miniature Artistries, based out of Lynchburg, Virginia. We love Kat and her work. She's also provided some sweet giveaway models for Warp Charge Gaming, and might even have some more in the future that we're pretty excited about. Yeah, so, a little bit of summary there. I had to learn about these Night Volt rules, because I haven't played them before, and had to get ready to incorporate them into our tournament this upcoming Saturday, which I'm hoping that maybe, Kat, since you're out there, I can pick on you. You should try to make it up and score that special GW release. Oh, here we go. I'm going to the GW store this Saturday, get the limited release model. I also sent you a picture. Oh, I'm on it. So if you're going to be in Richmond, Kat, you need to come to the tournament, okay? You need to be at the Warhammer store early to get that special released model, and then you'll have plenty of time to make it to Battlegrounds by noon, and you can win yourself one of these sweet Shadespire trophies. I know you want that. I was playing my Garrick's Reavers again after having them on the shelf for a while. I got some really nicely painted ones that got kicked up a bit of a notch. So nice. I enjoyed playing those. Here you can see my Shadespire display that I had at Battlegrounds this past week. That was one of the things I did. Pretty much hung out. I hang out at Battlegrounds every Sunday, both for to run our local Kill Team campaign, which everyone should know I'm a huge fan of, and to also promote. This past Sunday, I sat there with Shadespire all busted out, ready to teach and play. Unfortunately, I didn't get any demo games on. Got a single game of Kill Teams on. Need more action. This past week, we also ran our Kill Team tournament at Battlegrounds, and you can see the glorious picture of the participants there. You're looking at, yeah, cool. Pretty good pick. Chris there in the front with the gray-white shirt there, he got first with Tau. And,
very nice. Crispy's lower.
Yeah, he did a great job, hailing from the In Games from Charlottesville, Virginia. And then Connor actually pulled second place with Grey Knights, and that gave him Best Imperium, is what his medal was for.
Wait, are you saying somebody did good with Grey Knights?
Yeah, in 40k or in Kill Team, they do well. Here's a close-up of those medals there. Yeah, they do great in Kill Team. There was actually 2 Grey Knight players, Connor and one other, so they were actually duking it out for Best Imperium, and Connor got him by just a few points. We also had Ryan in the middle there with the sunglasses. He was able to get the Best Chaos with Death Guard, but he actually had no Chaos combatants. I was going to be that extra player there. We didn't get an odd number of players, so I ended up just judging. But I was going to be Thousand Suns and help compete against for the Best Chaos. But he took it home. And then Jake there in the far left with the plaid shirt, he took home best Xenos with the Drukhari, so that was pretty cool. And if you notice here in these kill team pictures, these with these medals and whatnot, there's a bunch of dice in the background. We just went through in less than a week's time 650 dice. Bam!
People like our dice, man.
There's a big picture. You haven't? I don't know if you've seen that picture posted to our group, but yeah, look at all them dice. All them puppies are gone. The good news is we have ordered 1,000 more. And here is a sample image of the new dice of coming. Oh, yeah. Which one's your favorite? I'll tell you, I'm super stoked on the Vortex green in the top left.
I liked the Vortex green when I saw that. It's a good color, certainly. I mean, I so far have been really hype on all of them, even of the release that just came through. I really almost wish I bought more dice, but some of the colors just flew off the shelves so quickly, man.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, they were gone.
I was like, my God. So, you know, I definitely have to pick up some different colors because, as I think I've mentioned before, I have the intention of kind of color coding different game functions based off the dice.
You gotta collect them all.
Phase markers. Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a few sets.
I just basically grabbed like 2 colors of each one so that I got like a mixed bag. But otherwise, yeah, they're gone.
2 of one color, 2 of another color, and then 1 of another color.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm pumped on it. The Vortex orange in the bottom right, these are the first dice we got. This is our 3rd dice order. We're proud to have accomplished. We really appreciate the support in getting dice from us, and we love that people want to represent Warp Charge as they roll them dice. Now, granted, they are extremely hot. I would dare say, they are almost cheating to be rolling the Warp Charge dice because they're good.
All I'm saying is, if you play Tyranids, you want these dice because that Leviathan 6-up feel no pain. I feel like I roll it 1 in 3 times.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I swear, like, these things, something about our image makes these things roll particularly hot.
They're great.
They are.
Everyone else but me.
and Lobo, apparently, because he says that the second he gave the dice away, though, the luck turned around in them, though.
No, my dice are cursed. I was rolling super cold at this GT. This Necron player got like 1,000 points back in reanimation. That's
Frosty.
how hot he was rolling.
Dice.
And my dice are sitting there as exactly how many. And he's like, "Hey, can I pick up yours?" I'm like, "Sure." He rolls like 6 of my dice, and 4 of them are 1s.
Wow.
He's like, "Oh, that was a trap," and I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah.
Don't pick my dice. They're cold.
We gotta get you some new ones. Yeah. You pass those off for the tradesies.
Yeah. Gotta get me those Vortex.
The Vortex are hot. I really like the deep purple with the gold.
I gotta say, like, you know, I'm not a big pink guy, but I actually like the pink and purple too. They look pretty sweet.
Oh, the pink's hotness. That's
yeah.
for sure.
You know, we got those off of James' suggestion. You were just at a GT this past weekend, James, and you said there was a lot of pink dice going around.
I was at Michigan GT in Lansing, Michigan. There was 100 players in the 40k champs.
Nice.
What kind of drive was that for you?
5 hours.
That's not awful.
Dedication.
It was not awful, and luckily enough, Matt Simon drove.
Yeah.
So
nice work.
It was a lot easier for me.
Nice work.
Nice.
But yeah, lots of pink dice, man. I was surprised by how many pink dice I saw.
Yeah, we were having a little offline discussion about the GT. You said there was some pretty impressive prize support, eh?
Oh, definitely. That's one thing about the Michigan GT is they put 100% of the money that goes into entry into prize support, and most GTs do not do that because they have a venue to pay for. Right. And the way they pay for their venue is through merchandise, like dice, movement trays,
shirts.
Markers,
shirts.
Awesome. So, yeah, I mean, with a $60 price tag for the 40k champs and 100 players, that's a lot of prize support.
Yeah, it is.
Indeed. And then one of your buddies from the Planet Chaos world there, he got best, Imperium?
Order
for Age of Sigmar.
He was playing AOS, yes.
Gotcha.
He was originally signed up for 40k champs, and he has a pretty hot AOS list, I guess, and people talked him into playing AOS, and he thought he had a better chance of winning his best faction with that, and he did. and he got a full complete set of Games Workshop Citadel paints.
Yeah, that's sweet. That was the same guy that we got to have a conversation with at Adepticon, right?
Yeah, Matt Cslack.
Yeah, real cool guy. I really enjoyed him.
Yeah,
Cslack.
Yeah, Cslack's awesome.
Cslack.
Well, if you guys ever watched what is that movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth? No, Land of Lost. Yes.
Yeah.
The lizard people, Cslacks. That's his last name.
I hadn't seen it till you played it for me when we got home that night. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Or it was.
He literally does like the when you like see him, because he just embraces it, and it's awesome.
Very nice. Oh, it's a good.
Yeah, good times there. Only thing that was sad about that GT is the fact that they had shitty missions. And the only reason why I say shitty missions is when you think about competitive play, you think about like making it as even as possible and putting as much skill into it. That's why the ITC has the missions they have. And there they were using cards. They wrote their own missions, but they were using Maelstrom cards.
Definitely interesting. I've never been to an event that did that, especially a GT status, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, it was pretty wild. It kind of blind.
I was going to say, I've been...
It's a motivation going. Like, I thought maybe I could get best faction. As soon as I saw that, I was like, all right, I'm getting drunk.
I was going to say, I've been following a little bit just because some of the people on the Tyranid Hive, like there's one Tyranid player who went 4-1, I think is like one of the best players that was there.
I actually played him. He beat me round 2.
The guy with all the big mines and everything?
I forgot the mission that I was playing because I didn't read it. So I guess I didn't forget it. I just didn't read it. I was very thrown off by the whole cards. Like, I didn't even have cards with me. Luckily, a buddy had an extra set. And the first game, I was just like, this is stupid. So I lost because of, like, just cards, like, by 5 points. And then my second game, I thought it was the same. I just didn't read the mission. But it was table quarters with cards. So in the end, I was, like, on all these objectives thinking I had it, and it was... You have to have uncontested table quarters. So if I would have just concentrated on getting one more table quarter, I would have won because it was a 4-point loss, and that's with a differential.
Dang.
But they were doing battle points on top of it. They weren't even doing win-loss. So
another strange thing.
Yeah, super strange. My third game, I played guard Talaran. And that is the only guard list that I have problems with is that like regiment, because they can fall back and shoot. And I love to just play the tag game where I just touch tanks and they can't shoot. And on paper, I lose this game 9 out of 10 times. But I thought it was going to be table turn 3, but it ended up I tabled him turn 4.
Nice.
So
yeah, very cool.
I got a 50-0 victory there. So going into day 2, I was ranked 25th overall and 4th for my faction.
That's cool.
So I had a pretty good running just because of I didn't get stomped. Like all my games, I only lost by 4 or 5 points.
I'd say, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Not getting stomped is always good.
Yeah. But then game 4 came along, and I don't even know if I should say it. I kind of want to.
I was thinking about that. I was kind of why I was poking at you here. I do want to make a quick shout out to say hello to Chicken Bone and Gordito Spree, and thank you, Kat. We're happy to see everybody hanging out. But yeah, go on, James. Tell us about what happened in that final round there. You know, maybe you didn't know you were a YouTuber.
Because the prize support is so awesome. Some people really shoot for those. And because I was in this like higher end bracket going into game 4, day 2, I was going against the 3rd best guard player. The 2nd best guard player was one of the Planet Chaos dudes, a good friend of mine, Josh. And then the 1st best guard player was Tony Malabe, who's a local Chicago cop here. And he's a fantastic player. I love playing him, even though I lose most of the time. But it's like a dance. It's truly amazing. Like, me and him could play an hour-and-a-half game, a full game, 6 turns with chess clock because just the chemistry. Like, it's so nice. So when this guy said he wanted to go best guard player, he was kind of like, oh, so you probably don't have the greatest chance of winning unless, like, you have a huge victory. And, like, he had this nasty list. He had a Shadow Sword, the Aquila missile launcher fortification thing. He had a bunch of hellhounds, like the flamer tanks that blow up.
Yep.
He had an amazing list, but he wanted me to take a loss. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that because it'll hurt my buddies. And he's like, I'll give you $100 for it. And I was like, okay, I'm a whore. I cashed out. I took the defeat and paid for my event. So that was kind of nice.
Yeah, dang. That's never happened.
Yeah, I mean, I play some pretty serious people, and I didn't know that this place would be that serious. And this guy was super serious because he threw like a couple $100 into the charity raffle. I mean, he was willing to throw $100 just for me to throw one game. And like Tony Malave had like 20-something points ahead of him. And like it wasn't like he was going to tank his last game. So unfortunately, the guy who paid me off to take the L didn't win anything.
Which kind of deserved. I think in the
spirit of the game.
Yeah, spirit of the game. It's not good to do these things, but it happened, and I find it entertaining. I already regret announcing it to the world, actually, because who knows what kind of repercussions exist.
And it definitely was one of those situations where he was like, "Hey, this never happened."
Yeah, whoops.
And it just made it that much funnier to me. And then, like, I told my buddies that were like trying for best guard, and they just thought it was hilarious.
It is pretty funny, and it's pretty sad. Not by you. I'm happy for you.
Dude, I just want you all to know, if you see me at any major and you want to give me $100 to take a loss, I will.
Oh my God.
But what he doesn't really understand is I would have did it for 60. He overpaid by $40. Because my mentality was, my fifth dude I played was a Tyranid player, and he was awesome. He was super cool. His name was Zach. But he was like, dude, I would have taken it for 40. I'm like, nah, I had to be at least 60 because that's how much I paid for the event.
Sure. Respect.
So, like, if I'm taking a loss, that means I'm not going to get prize support. So you're just paying me to have fun at that point.
Hey,
and, like, that's where I was at. But he started off at 100, and I kept it there.
Got to eat. Got to take fun seriously. I mean, pay me.
Dude, that's right.
Well, that is hilarious, and a lot happens in a week. This thing's burning a hole in my pocket. I got to show you guys what Kat sent me.
But also, man, like, this tournament came in like 5-hour notice before I had to even leave. Like, I had no idea I was even going to go to this event. The opportunity arose, moved some things, made it happen, and then I get paid to play. Awesome.
I get it.
All right, George, show your thing.
Yeah, I'll show it. Yeah, I was impressed how quickly you made that happen. I remember. So
bad enough, right?
Kat, Aptifine Miniature Artistries, Lynchburg, Virginia. She is coming to Richmond to deliver some wonderful models to some awesome clients. Check these guys out. Pretty sick. I think that goblin-y wizard there, I believe that's the new Shadespire model, but I think that might actually be...
No, that's an AOS model.
Yeah, it's just straight up Age of Sigmar, yeah. Super cool, Cat. They look awesome.
Dope.
If you guys need any commissioned paint work done, don't forget about Aptifine Miniature Artistry. She kicks ass.
And the only reason I even know that's an AOS model from someone who doesn't play AOS is because all this Tyranid terrain I'm painting, that like inner flesh, I actually use the GW's paint app, and that model has like a fungal flesh for the top of its head. And I use that color formula for the flesh of the inside of the Tyranids.
Ah, like very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of painting things, that was something James has been hard at work of showing me lots of updates that I'm very excited for, and that is the Gellerpox for the new Rogue Trader Kill Team expansion that came out. Check out these bad boys.
Wait, you got those, George?
Yeah. The James has them and is painting them, dude. Look, we got 8 out of 23 models complete already. Got the chameleon paint on there. The pictures don't even do it justice, I'm sure.
Yeah, those pictures do not do those models justice. Man, the chameleon paint, this came out so well on these bugs, because like the carapace, like it makes it look like a fly's body, and how it has that like change of color.
Yeah.
Iridescent.
I can't wait I want to give them a little bit of height, a little bit more substantialness to them with the bases. So I'm looking forward to getting that going on.
Dude, no, you got to make them like smaller profiles so they hide. Model to your advantage, George. You
Right.
ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
The models are already small. I should take all the advantage. I'm also excited. Here's some of the control systems or the comms remote access computers for the Rogue Trader set. These are, I think these are pretty near done. These are 3D printed bases as well.
Yeah, those are done. I finished those last week.
Yeah, those are sick. Speaking of 3D printing, now we mentioned this last week, but we have started another company to go alongside Warp Charge Gaming. Partnered with Battlegrounds, we have started a company called Tabletop Alchemy. We're about to be manufacturing a large horde of 3D printed tabletop objects that we're extremely excited for. We've already began by, I was personally thrown over the top, excited and enthusiastic from the dice tray. Once I saw Ice Wolf send us that custom one-of-a-kind dice tray all labeled out. I'm actually filming from it right now. It's so amazing. And once I saw the possibilities of what could be done and that we had a awesome resource like Ice Wolf if we need to get down on a more difficult project while we're kind of learning the way, seeing James kick a bunch of ass by just diving into the hobby head first and producing excellent products right away, I was like, shit, I got to get up in this. And I don't want to talk too awesome about 3D printing because we're going to 3D print and you out there can get stuff from us. But, if you want to get one too, you could probably print stuff really sweet like as well. Or just hit up Tabletop Alchemy. We got
basically what George is saying is 3D printers are the future, but our future, not yours.
Yeah.
Nah, they are truly everyone's future. Because the thing about this is like, you can have us print it if you don't have a printer, but if you do have a printer, we're going to make some custom files that you can buy from us and print yourself.
Sure.
So,
yep.
3D printing is truly the future in my eyes.
Yeah, and beyond, I mean, there's so many types of printers and materials and, detail, like cascading and detail quality. I mean, there's nobody can kind of do it all unless you have a fuck ton of different printers and a lot of space.
Yeah. Speaking of how awesome 3D printers are, I wish I would have taken a picture of this. But my better half came home yesterday and she's like, "Can you print me something?" And I was like, "What is it?" And she showed me a picture of like a golf club that sticks onto your pen and a little ball and a little hole.
Yeah.
I was able to Tinkercad.
Yeah.
I was able to create that exact thing just by looking at it. And I printed overnight, but when she was leaving to go to work, I handed it to her. And she had a little golf club set that attaches to her pen so she can play golf at her desk.
That's awesome.
Like,
Nice.
Dude, 3D printers are the greatest thing in the world. Like, being able to do that is so cool to me.
That
it
is so
blows
rad.
my mind daily.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm staring at things to show our friends here that are watching live right now, so my mind instantly jumps to another topic. 3D printers rule, Tabletop Alchemy, Battlegrounds, stuff's happening. We have also done some cool stuff. We've been doing some live late-night streams of Age of Sigmar Champions, the new trading card game by Games Workshop.
Dumbest game ever.
I keep talking about it because I want people to get involved. James actually jumped on stream last night and played me. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I was talking mad shit.
Yep, me too.
So,
Except I was on a
figured.
mic. I was on a mic, so I was just literally talking mad shit.
Oh, I was saying it.
Hey, James, Chicken Bone is asking, and I'm not informed on this, but he's asking thoughts on DLP 3D printers.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is either.
I'm not sure.
Well, dude, just every 3D printer is fantastic. There's so many different ways to print, but yeah, every printer out there is fantastic.
Oh, that's what Ice Wolf got last week.
Yeah, it's the LCD screens, like projecting like resin, right off resins.
I should grab.
It's fantastic.
I'll grab Ice Wolf's picture he sent me. It's not the clearest thing ever, but I actually do have a image of something he just printed with it for his first run. Yeah, so that's like a high detail, like it has the shutter, like it has the enclosed casing so it can achieve the right kind of heat and stuff to be able to use this kind of material that like you can make the phone cases out of that rubbery material, right?
Oh yeah, Ice Wolf. We'll definitely be making our own minis in the future with resin printers. I feel that we may have to get to a studio that's not in our homes just for the sheer fact of the resin smell. I'm not in a very well ventilated area, and when I start spraying with my airbrush, you can tell pretty easily that I've been painting. So to have a resin printer up here would probably stink up my room.
Yeah, you won't see the detail well in this picture, but this was printed with Icewolf's new DLP printer, I guess is the term. Icewolf actually told me what the hell it was. It's like some sort of photon. Let's see. I don't remember. It was some. Oh, here it is. It is a DLP Anubic photon, and Anubic photon printer. But yeah, I guess it can print super high detail stuff, including models. So that's pretty dope. Anyways, I hope I didn't just lose everything. I didn't. Okay, cool. So yeah, we were talking about Age of Sigmar Champions, and James thinks it's a dumb game, but he doesn't like any game of 40k.
That's a true story.
It is a great game. It has a little bit of, it has a lot of places to go when it comes to expanding. Currently, there's only 4 factions playing the main orders. You can play Order, the good guys, Chaos, Destruction, which is basically the Orcs, and unfortunately not some of the other factions that live within there, and then Death. So there's definitely going to be some more varieties of that to come. But the funnest part for me was coming up with a system to be able to stream the iPad wirelessly to my computer and get a nice clean screen capture of what's going on the iPad, which opens up opportunities to film more things on the iPad, like, say, coverage of Battlescribe, for instance, and Army Builders. But additionally, it gave us an awesome opportunity to do fantastic videos for Best Coast Pairing. It's one of our exciting new partners that we came up with over the last few weeks. Made some fun promotional videos of why you should use Best Coast Pairing. You can see that on our channel, recently posted. But actually coming tonight, I'll be posting 5 tutorial videos that literally walk you through every step of the way of how to use the app as a tournament organizer and as a player, and have plans for more to come. So we're really excited about Best Coast Pairing and the partnership. We're working with them. Got some sweet tutorial videos coming your way. And we're going to get embedded and hosted on their website, same as Crystal Fortress did for us, another one of our partners. So really excited about that. And that was partially spawned from playing Age of Sigmar Champions on the iPad. You can catch us late at night on Twitch, and I'm going to dump a bunch of recorded videos on YouTube here shortly.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
Maybe, I'm not promising anything, George, but maybe with these recorded videos on YouTube, if I learn how to play from watching, maybe it'll catch my interest, but I'm making no promises.
You just got to download the app, dog. Just download the app.
Dude, I didn't pay for a single card. I just download the app, and then you get like the most bullshit ass cards possible.
Yeah.
That you can't really like play.
You can grind your way. They do a good job with the ranking system. They'll put you in that low crappy level that James is in, and then you can grind your way up like I did. I scanned in.
I almost beat him, and I'm bronze.
Right.
He's all like, "Oh, I'm gold."
Yeah, I'm on the title of my videos has been a quest for gold level 1. I'm currently gold level 2, division 1. They have within each rank they have divisions. So you start out at bronze, where James is at, division 3, and you work your way up to division 2, division 1, and then you can go to silver, go through the 3 divisions, get to gold. I'm on gold level 2, division 1. I'm 1 rank away from reaching gold level 1. Apparently there's a platinum level, and that kind of irks me because I was going to feel real proud of myself to reach just simply gold level 1. However, I am 112 in the whole world, and I'm in the top 50 in the country. So that's pretty cool.
That's bogus.
It's pretty cool.
That's bogus, dude. Play some 40k, get your wolves up to some ITC level, and you can brag then.
You know, I was reading some posts on the old Facebook groups today, and reading people about how their local gaming club barely even plays 40k anymore because Kill Team is just such a better game.
Yeah, that's not the case anywhere I'd know. Kill Team's bogus.
Yeah.
As someone who likes Kill Teams, it's not replacing 40k for me. That's certainly true.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Can't replace 40k.
I was reading some comments. Whatever. Kill Team rules, and I love it to death. I can't wait for the Commander expansion. That's really exciting. It's gonna be super fun. And yeah, I just have so many ideas that I want to play with. For coming when the next 40k game that I end up playing, I intend to either run Thousand Suns or Tau. Just as bringing something new or different, or rehashing something that I've been playing a lot of Space Wolves. That's what's up. So I'm gonna play some different factions. I'm waiting for Orcs, like some sort of Orktober. This is Orktober, my ass.
Dude, such a lame Orktober.
Yeah, like they hyped it up, like they're using the terminology. We ain't getting shit.
Dude, it's so bogus. Like they just dropped some stuff yesterday, which is cool. But it's bogus information.
Is it?
Oh man, they have some cool stuff.
Okay.
Like those new what are the speed
buggies.
Freaks?
Yeah.
They definitely look awesome. Like as far as their stats, what they can do. But it's all gonna come down to the price. Like what are gonna be the points? What are the keywords? Because that's where it's at. Because if they have the speed freak keyword, they have this like one thing that gives them -1 to hit against shooting, and then there's a stratagem that you can make it another -1 to shooting.
Well, not all the. I thought it was only one specific unit in the Speed Freaks has
Maybe.
the. I think it's the burners, like something afterburners gives them a -1, but then there's also a strat that you can use on basically any vehicle, because almost all the vehicles have the Speed Freaks keyword based off what we've been led to believe. Because they even said the Stampa has one. Because there's that one unit, I think it's an HQ choice, that lets all Speed Freaks vehicles or Cult of Speed things advance and charge, even vehicles. And like it specifically mentioned buggies can do it, the Stampa can do it. I forget what else.
Well, dude, I'm the most impressed about the snorkel thing. Or like whatever, or the tunneling thing, or whatever it does. I don't even know. It allows you when you advance on a 4-up, you basically teleport. Like you can then be 9 inches away from the enemy. Whoa. Like you just pick yourself up off the board and place yourself wherever you want. Dang. And then on a what is it, a 6 or something, you take a mortal wound. Like you roll, see if you take a mortal wound or not. Okay. But that's just like on an advanced roll. So if you have the ability to advance and charge, that's pretty awesome, especially turn 1. And if you got like, I don't know if they have transport keyword or not, because the transports, you can have a shit ton of them. But if they're not transports, you can still have 3 of those charging turn 1. And then you have your boys to jumping. So you get another unit. Like you could probably get like 5 or so units to charge turn 1. And I love that stuff.
Yeah. I hope that I can easily proxy or just utilize the 16 buggies I already have.
No, George, you got to buy all new stuff.
New stuff or go home.
Yeah, you're going to get these $150 box sets, and you're only going to get 3 buggies in them, and you're going to have to buy like 3 boxes.
So dumb.
That's how it is.
Nope. I'm going to figure out how to use these 16 buggies I already have.
Nope. You're going to sell an army just to get orcs that work.
It's so dumb. Like I have 16 beautifully painted buggies that are not the new shit, so mean nothing.
George, listen.
Yeah.
5 years from now when buggies are good again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Then you'll be in a good position.
I'll keep playing Kill Team between here and
there.
When
they remake the old buggies.
yeah, exactly.
And then they're not going to be like the same proportions. People are going to say you're cheating. So when you go to events like Adepticon, they're like, no, it's legal now.
Fucking dumb. Ice Wolf, you had me cracking up. He was cracking jokes about Space Wolves work in packs, not that strange egg setup of yours, George. Yeah, I've been trying some weird
wolves
shit
in the weirdest way.
I was just trying it out. Just I had all these infantry models. It was weird.
And how did it work for you?
It worked once, and it didn't work 2 other times.
If at first you don't succeed,
tried 2 more times. And then play a different army.
Definition of insanity, George.
Yeah, it's when you do stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah. Ice Wolf, I'm gonna try Space Wolves in a better way, but for now, I feel like trying a different faction for sure. For the sake of just entertain myself.
You should play some Tyranids.
I've heard you say that before, Chris. That's interesting.
Listen, this is what I'm saying, man. I'll play one of your armies.
Okay.
You could do whatever you want and play some Tyranids. Just tell me what you want to bring.
I want to take it where like I want all the no synapse. I want them to like freak out and basically go random directions the whole time. I basically just want to force them to lose in a flaming ball of shit.
Wow.
See, they've actually made instinctive behavior kind of a slap on the wrist since the Tyranid Codex dropped. So you would actually struggle with that.
Oh, fine. Well, I'm going to make sure that they're all facing the opposite direction of the enemy just so they look dumb.
Walks backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we charged the wrong way. How'd that happen? Whoops.
Why are all these Hormigons hiding in cover?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, speaking of Tyranids sucking,
oh no.
My Leviathan was so awesome at the Michigan GT.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I killed a Trigon in Overwatch.
Ooh.
That's
the reason I don't run the Trigon anymore, because I'm just like...
But I told him it was going to happen. He's like, nah, it's a badass. It's going to come and smash you. I'm like, nah, it won't get there. It won't get there.
That's the thing, is that a lot of these big Tyranid creatures don't have an invul, and that's the reason the Hive Tyrants in every list.
Oh, no. What's amazing is you get 2d6 heavy flamers that do 2 damage, and then you're doing butcher cannon, so it's 16 shots that are strength 8 that do 2 damage apiece. It was just like, bye-bye, Trigon. Bye-bye.
Those guys are disgusting. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah.
And then I turned around and just mowed over a 30 Hormigont unit that had no longer anything in synapse, so they just ran away.
Sad face.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, Tyranids suck. What?
He wasn't running 3 Tyrannifexes, man. That's the secret. You just have to run, I don't know. Not that list.
No, he was a new guy, man. I helped him out along the way. Like, I literally told him my strategy as I was playing. As he did things, I told him what I would do to counter those things, and if he wanted to change it. It was a fun game.
Nice.
I will say I've been surprised. I've seen 2 of the better Tyranid players that did at the Michigan GT. Both of them ran, I think, 30-man Hormigont blobs, and I'm just like, oh, Hormigons, okay. They're kind of expensive and die, but I respect it. The 6-inch pylon is good, I guess.
We need to get some 40k on, man. We need to get some gaming on, Chris.
I'm very like that was like the first time I really went against a bunch of Genestealers. And yeah, they move fast.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, dude, they're quick. They're real quick.
Oh my!
You're like,
wait,
shit, I can't stop that.
Did you play against the Swarmlord list or no Swarmlord?
I don't know. I just know that they were able to advance and charge, and then like in the shooting phase, they'd be able to move like it was the movement phase.
That's the Swarmlord list.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, dude, I was just like, you are way over there. How the fuck did you get over here?
Also, if they're high fleet Kraken, you can spend 1 command point to double their advance roll, so they can.
Yeah.
Yep. They're super.
Yeah. No, they literally got across the board as fast as like a supersonic plane would.
Oh yeah,
and
no.
just like, what?
Tyranids, Genestealers can get across the board in 1 turn. The only thing is their max squad size is 20, so you're only gonna do it to 1 big blob. So you gotta pick your meat.
Did it used to be bigger, Chris? Did it used to be 30 or?
No.
Okay.
I wish.
I definitely wasn't impressed with their damage output. I was more impressed with their movement than anything.
Yeah, they especially get non-impressive when they have 5s to wound. When they're going, especially if they're going against like heavier things, the moment that they're 5s to wound, you're like, dang, you sure did fail a lot.
Well, and I was gonna say, like, so a lot of people take the Genestealer cult ones because you can give them a psychic power to give them +1 strength and +1 attack. That makes them much scarier because then they're strength 5 with 5 attacks on the charge instead of 4, which in their own right terrifying.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I can see that.
There's actually also with a banner you can get them all the way up to strength 6, but it's a lot of points and a lot of moving parts. It's difficult to pull off.
Yeah, makes sense. So let's see. What else is going on in 40k world, man?
Well,
yeah. What do you got, Chris?
I was gonna say, just touching more on the Orcs. We know for a fact that the Daka rule is transitioning from the Speed Freaks game into a rule in 40k, which is cool. That bodes very well for Orc players, since unmodified 6s, or 6s in 40k at the moment, don't auto hit. And that Daka rule makes it so 6s always hit, even with modifiers. Because I know armies like Guard and even Tyranids right now, I mean, even playing against Sam, a single neg1 modifier against Orcs can just be devastating. They don't hit very well. It does a lot to them.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
I heard a rumor. Ooh. And I hear there's some strong credibility behind this rumor as far as chapter approved. It's the chapter approved.
Yeah.
The book that comes out in December. Armies like mine, as Alpha Legion, we are going to lose the neg1 hit modifier, and we're going to get +1 cover.
Interesting.
Yeah. I definitely see it happening.
How is the terrain at the Michigan GT? Because like I've seen some. I try to save when I see like really crappy terrain setups, and not just the quality of the terrain, but like I've noticed like even at Nova, yeah, like there's like it's like some of these tournament formats on their terrain layout is super sparse. Like it's just wide open.
Well, there's definitely enough terrain. The size of the terrain could have been better. They had like a billboard thing where it's basically I don't know how to explain it. When you go to a restaurant and you can like slide the menu in and out of like a holder that's always there.
Yeah,
it was kind of like that, but they have like their sponsors with their logo like on a piece of paper that created like a line of sight blocking billboard.
I don't like that. Takes you out of the hobby.
They had that, and then there was just like their foam buildings and stuff. So like the height of it wasn't great, but there was enough terrain where the terrain being 4 inches away from other pieces of terrain cover the whole board, where you couldn't put more terrain on the board.
Okay, well, that's good.
So it's kind of mediocre at best.
I've definitely seen some much larger gaps than 4-inch gaps between each piece of terrain on some of these posts I've seen of like local events and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was great coverage. It's just the height could have been better.
Yeah.
And then, like, multi-levels could have been better for certain armies as far as, like, setting up to shoot. Like, I didn't see any multi-levels at all. At least some of the tables I played.
Yeah, something I definitely like to look closely at. I think it's a big thing.
Just amusing, James, just because you get much more tournament play than I do.
It's the only play I get, man. I never play home games.
Yeah, exactly. How are you finding the new FAQ and stuff to be like making an impact so far?
All right, so huge input. The boogeyman of the big night and guard help is still there. It's not gone.
Oh,
like there was just so many knights there. I still think Guard is the strongest faction now. I used to think Dark Eldar was because Agents of Vect, but because of the farm stopping for CP and making it 4 command points, really Guard is the overall power faction right now. But I saw an amazing list that I was super like intrigued about. Joshua Death, he I think placed 2nd or 3rd at Michigan GT. He got number 1 for Chaos, I believe. And his list was 2 units of 30 Plague Bearers, the 2 new Heralds that boost those guys, some Demon Princes, and then he had like 700 and something points for summoning. Oh, and he also had a tree, one of the trees.
The great gnarled whatever.
Yeah.
That was.
So he basically had these super strong screen, and then he summoned in Scarbrand to hold everything in place, and then he just wouldn't go away, and then he would just like kind of be able to do what he wants. I found that extremely like entertaining.
Yeah,
like,
I dig that
as a concept of a list, because summoning is so hit or miss. Like you could perils out, or not perils, but mortal wound yourself out. Getting dudes in, I mean, if you don't have the board placement, they can't come in, or they're not in the right position. Like you have to be a real good player to put that kind of points into reserves like that.
Oh yeah.
But he did extremely well there. I would have loved to have gone against him to see how he actually played it out.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the big thing that stuck out when I saw that list described. I think you put it in the Facebook chat maybe.
Yeah,
I was just so impressed by it. Like I haven't seen anyone else playing it.
It was, I mean, it was something like 700 something points in reserve. Like it was kind of shocking.
772, yeah.
I mean, that's a huge margin of flux to play with. I mean, that's supposed to be the strength of summoning, is that you can, play variably, but almost no one does it because I feel like there's such a high learning curve to it.
There really is.
I just threw it up on the screen there. Yeah. I think the coolest part was that in the chat we were having about this list was the unknown of what's he gonna summon. Like we were like, what does he summon? And it's so cool that the Scar brand as the secret sauce. That's what brings it all together.
Yeah, no, it really is what brings it all together. And then I know he summoned some more heralds on steeds so that they can go around doing.
They're fast and they're psychic users.
Yeah, I mean, they can just do a lot of cool things, especially some of the spells they get, like the neg 1 to hit to an enemy unit. So,
is that Phantasmagoria? No, that's not.
No, it's Symphony of Pain, I believe. So yeah, it's. I was impressed by that list. I really was. Like, I would consider that an expert level list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I'm not an expert, but outside looking in.
Like, I'd see a lot of these like top tournament lists, either plug and plays.
The best part's the creativity of that thing.
Yeah, you can take anybody off the street and say, here's this list, roll some dice, and this is what it does. That, I mean, you can't give to anybody. Like, they're just going to get stomped. But the fact that he is well-diverse in his list and he played it well, it was cool, good to see.
Yeah, I appreciate that fact. That was one of the coolest lists I've seen presented in a long time because it was uniquely his.
Yeah, I really wish that it was on BCP. Like, I was actually sad that the 40k champs was not on Best Coast Pairings when they had Kill Team, Shadespire, AOS. They had all these other games at this GT on BCP, but the main 40k champs wasn't. So it was kind of sad that the world didn't get to see that kind of list. Luckily enough, he shared it in a Facebook thread, and that's how I was able to grab it.
Yeah, so that's another weird kind of element about that event there. Not only were they doing card missions and doing battle, your overall battle score versus win-loss record. It's pretty strange. Just to jump to it, I saw Kat mentioning the new Clannish model. Actually, I'm doing a great job of just grabbing images on the fly, just saying. But
the Fiend.
Yeah, there's that Fiend for y'all.
It's got some good side boob.
Lots of them.
It's only one side though.
I love abnormal titties. Had to say
they're hermaphrodite titties.
It's true.
Or you can paint it pink with like a ribbon, and it could be like the breast cancer awareness model.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong. You could literally have a breast cancer awareness Clannish army if you really wanted.
That's true. Yeah, tits on tits. Tits and dicks.
Whoa.
Whoa. Too far. We're getting towards the end of the show.
That would be cool, David. I would love to see. I mean, even just the Marine equivalent. What is it, the Emperor's Children? Yeah, that would be so cool.
Yes, please.
I just want corn back, though. Give me
corn. Too. All that. That's what I mean. If you're going to give us Clannish, you're going to give us corn, and that would be fantastic. Yeah, fair enough, Chicken Bone. I'm glad they didn't go soft either. I think there was, I had a conversation about like maybe this was an example of like they're not going all, or like it was like a rated R movie or something's coming out where they could have went the kid route and they didn't.
Well, they have that series of children's books now.
Right.
I know that's kind of.
I know that caused a little bit of a stink in the community, I think.
I mean, there's just people that like are being like, this is stupid. And, I mean, for the parents that have kids that age and they want to try to get them a hobby, I think it's cool. It's completely useless to gamers like me.
Yeah, but don't take away our tits and dicks.
Whoa.
I mean, listen, the Clannish lore, for those that don't know, I mean, pretty much everything is half male, half female.
Gotcha.
Indeed.
Awkward silence afterwards.
That's what you're seeing on that Fiend right there. You got half ribs, half titties.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's cool. That's what's up. Yeah.
I'm sorry for that.
I need to make a new tournament list though. Actually I made it. I just need the models for it. But at this point, it's like chapter proof is around the corner, and I know everything I made in my new list is an exploit.
Oh man! And all the rumors say that Necrons are getting love, and Admech are getting love, and what's that third faction that I've heard is getting love? Oh, that's right, it's Tyranids. I don't even think we need it, but I'll take it. Give me the love.
What about Grey Knights? Jesus Christ, poor dudes.
They were like Grey Knights. Who cares about Grey Knights?
Screw them.
Dude, yeah, definitely has a Hellraiser feel to those Clannish models.
Yeah, no, the color, it's very, I mean, even just with like the black leathery shoulder thing.
Yeah, so since I think I'm on my new list that I need to like buy some models for is about to get nerfed and chapter approved, I almost think that I maybe just play fun, like maybe just get my Scarbrand painted up and just go all corn all the time.
You're talking crazy, James. I'm gonna need you to just buy some Tyranids.
Dude, honestly, I think Tyranids suck.
You're hurting my heart.
Like I'm being real on the ultra competitive level. They're just not there anymore.
I mean, honestly, since 7 Hive Tyrants, which is broken, they're not making the top cracks. I will say I haven't seen many people run the kind of different list I've been hoping for.
What like, you got me wondering, what is the chaos? What is chaos's best showing, and also is it better in the ranks than Tyranids?
Well, I'll give you the list that just smash faces. If I have it on here, I might have it on my tablet.
For chaos? Yeah.
I know the gist of it. It's 120 cultists. They're Iron Warriors, so they ignore cover. Yeah. And you get a Demon Prince or even a Lord if you're trying to make it cheap. I'm rocking a Lord with the jump pack, and he has the exoskeleton and then the, what is it, like bitter something? Warlord trait. Basically, the Warlord trait's a 6-inch bubble of Fearless.
Okay.
And the exoskeleton is a 4-up invul with a 2-up armor save, I believe. So that's your troop choices there. And then you go Thousand Suns Battalion. That is 2 Demon Princes, 2 Cultists, and a Zangor Bomb. And then you okay, Chris?
Sorry, I'm watching that video of samurais with jetpacks fighting that you put up a second ago.
It's fantastic. It's a bucket list thing for me. And then battalion of demons, and you take 2 Nurglings, Khorne Demon Prince with the axe, a Change Caster for the Gaze of Fate, basically a way to farm command points without farming command points, and then 2 units of Nurglings, and then a Bloodletter Bomb. So basically, you have all your cultists become this giant screen that just like pushes forward, and then the Zangor's Dark Matter Crystal, and then you warp time them so they auto pass their charge because they're right there in your face. Once they have you all tied up in combat, the Bloodletters come in, and then it's just you're trapped. There's nothing you can do. You can't get rid of enough wounds. You don't have board control. Like there's literally nothing you can do.
That sounds rude.
It is pretty
rude, boy.
Pretty rude. I want bad. I can see the Dark Matter Crystal changing. I can see cultists changing. Like I really feel their unit size is going to change. 40 dudes like that. And then with them being Iron Warriors, for 1 command point, you can give them a Feel No Pain.
Yep.
And then for 2 command points, you can give them a +1 to armor save. So if you're going second, you have a with a 6-up. That's going second. Like all their buffs are there, so there's so many bodies that you can't clear the unit. Then they tie to traitors. It's just there's nothing you do.
Yeah, interesting. How well did that perform? I mean, is that like in top 10 style, of GTs and whatnot, or?
I haven't seen anyone run that exact list yet, but
mainly it's taking advantage as well of the going second, new command trait. What is it? Prepared positions.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's like you can go first, and they get that, and you take advantage of it because you ignore cover. But if you go second, then you're really survivable because you have the Feel No Pain plus the extra cover.
Right.
So yeah, it can go first and it can go second. It's pretty gross.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and I want to build it right now. I need just a unit of Zangors and 2 Demon Princes of Thousand Suns, and I have it. I just don't want to like put in all the time painting all those Zangors, like converting those Demon Princes, and then be able to play it one time, and then it gets nerfed.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much got to wait.
I really feel I have to wait.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be fun games from this point on. Our doubles. I have a doubles coming up next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. Mr. Robles is going to be my partner.
Cool.
He's bringing Renegade Knights, and I'm going to bring Cultists.
Sounds good. Sounds a good combo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yo, we've reached an hour of episode 26 here. I can do a little recap of what we got going on. Anybody want to cover any further topics of conversation real quick?
Not really. Chapter 4 is looming over the horizon. It's scary. It's hopeful for different people. October is a myth.
Yeah. We're waiting.
It's a myth. I got one of these on the printer right now.
Sick.
Print another one.
Sick.
The spires are just popping out like crazy.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'll shut the fuck up now.
No, that sounds good. That's what Warp Charge is up to. We got stuff in the works. We just had yeah.
One last important thing for those listening: for $60, you can beat James.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a whore. You pretty much pay me to do a lot of different things.
Yes.
And now with the 3D printer, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. I can make copies of my dick if you want a souvenir.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going back into the closing remarks. We just had a Kill Team tournament. I'm about to.
I mean, it's large.
I'm gonna crank out. I'm gonna crank out a video of what went down in the tournament. It was good. We got a Shadespire tournament coming up this Saturday. I am literally posted up at Battlegrounds trying to teach people how to play this business, learn a little Nightbolt. We got some Gelapox coming to the channel soon for Kill Team Rogue Trader matchups. Looking forward to that. Kat's got some sweet miniatures that she's just finished up and has some more stuff coming for Warp Charge. We got some exciting giveaways coming. We need to give you guys a Gilliman model to have a chance to win. We have that waiting painted up, and we are proud to be nearly at 1,500 subs. Thank you so much out there. If you were new to the channel, we love to hear from you. So shout out if you got questions, want to say what's up, whatever. And we definitely appreciate if you share around the glory of what we're trying to achieve, and that's living the dream, taking fun seriously. You know what I'm saying? We sold through over 650 dice in less than a week. We have 1,000 more coming. Make sure if you want some dice that you hit us up quickly when they are live. You can get them on warpchargegaming.com at the shop. That's pretty much the story.
We have a question.
Are you going to stream the tourney?
The Shadespire tournament did not intend to stream. Would probably do intend to record, though. Streaming in the game store is a little difficult. Basically, mainly on the
internet.
The internet, yeah. So it takes a little bit of play. Haven't quite figured out the most ideal situation with streaming at the game store yet. But currently, I am recording the battle. So I have
you can go Facebook Live from a tablet.
Man, I ain't doing that ghetto crap. No, we'll figure it out.
We have demands that you need to fill.
Man, if you can't film it well, then don't film it at all. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm saying you film it well and you film it shitty at the same time.
Okay, maybe. I'll look into that filming shitty thing. My job bought some 6K one in its garbage. What is it? What?
Replicator.
Okay.
We're talking printers here.
Okay.
Get out of our conversation, George.
Okay, my bad.
Let the big boys talk, apparently.
Right. Hey, I'll be joining you guys soon.
This sound.
Tabletop Alchemy's coming into the party here. We'll be here soon. Yeah, but that
another large 3D printed spire in the background. That's just an observation.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. you know, we're living the dream, ladies and gentlemen. We're sure as hell trying anyways. And really appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. We had a great audience, and that's always cool to hang out with. It was cool to conversate with folks. I'm glad to see the enthusiasm around Shadespire, Kill Team, Age of Sigmar Champions, and 3D printing, because we love all those things, including Rogue Trader.
They're cool.
And Tits and Dicks.
And dicks,
all right. Y'all keep taking fun seriously. We really appreciate you. Like and share and all that good stuff. We'll catch you next time, everybody.